Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And today I am going to be talking about this match specifically because I don't really care about the card. Um I'm going to be talking about the main event, which is going to be CM Punk, the best wrestler in the world, taking on the most overrated wrestler of all time, John Cena. Um yeah. So I'm not a big fan of them doing this match at this Pacific pay per view. Um, should also be noted that I think this was actually the date that Punk did his pipe bomb on too. So um, that's interesting in itself. But so there's a lot of things that could happen in this match, and I know some of the obvious like ones that I've heard, like John Cena's just gonna retain, he's gonna retain the championship, yeah, that's possible, but I don't think it's gonna be the way people think it's gonna be. I don't think it's just gonna be just a John Cena win, or anything like that. I do absolutely want CM Punk to win, 100%. Um, Saudi Arabia isn't treating Punk that well based on the crowd reactions. You know, and we know why, but you know, um, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. But anyways, so what do I think could happen actually? Because there's a lot of scenarios that could happen than just Cena winning. And I don't think Cena's just going to win and just going to win cleanly or anything like that. It's not happening. Here's what I think is going to happen. So, what are a couple of scenarios that I think could happen. So the first scenario is the Night of Champions scenario. So for anybody who doesn't remember, at Night of Champions in 2012, when CM Punk was the WWE champion, coincidentally, again, Night of Champions, same pay per view. Um, John Cena and Punk fought each other for the WWE champion. Punk was the champion at the time. The match ended in a draw because both Cena and Punk's shoulders hit the floor, were both on the floor. And because of this, the match ended in a draw. Because of this, CM Punk retained the championship because Punk was the reigning champion. Um, So this could be the same thing they do here at Night of Champions, where the match ends in a draw, and only this time, because Cena's the WWE champion, because it ends in a draw, Cena would retain the title. So this would be the Night of Champions theory. Maybe they do something a little different than this one, but it would be kind of funny if they kind of did the reverse roles where Punk got Cena off the turnbuckle and set him up for this move and do it exactly the way John Cena did it, only Cena would be on the end of it where he had his shoulders down, but also Punk had his shoulders down when he did the move. So because of that, it ends in a draw, kind of a reversal type thing. That's one way they can do it, where Cena retains, but Punk still looks strong coming out of the match, because he didn't lose. Um, so that's one scenario. Um, Another scenario is obviously the Seth Rollins factor. Seth Rollins could insert himself like he did in WrestleMania 31, where he inserted himself in the match, cashed it in, wins the title. Or he could do it after Punk wins the title. If Punk does win the title, he could cash in or just cash in on Cena. But that is a heels in a heel scenario. Not that that really matters. They could still do it, but I think it's less likely to happen. But there is the Seth Rollins factor. There's also the R-Truth factor, aka Ron Killings. who could also be interfering in this match, um, or even after the match, for that matter. Um, like, these are a lot of different scenarios of what could happen. Um, I am leaning more towards the draw finish than the Seth Rollins finish, because it just seems more likely to happen to keep them both strong and to kind of show that Cena is vulnerable. It also could show that Cena is vulnerable and beatable as a champion. So there is that whole idea in there. Now, the reason why I don't think Seth is going to cash in, though he very well could be, is because of another factor that we really haven't considered or looked at yet, and that is Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is going to be coming back soon, whether he comes back at Night of Champions or if he comes back on Raw or even Saturday night's main event. He's going to probably come back before SummerSlam, I would think. Now, I know he has been casted in Street Fighters. He's supposed to be the villain, Akira, um, from the Street Fighter, the villain guy, Ryu's arch nemesis. Um, so I don't know how that movie scheduling factor is going to influence how they're doing SummerSlam, because I don't know when they start filming for that film. But they're gonna have a match for Roman at SummerSlam. I don't think he's just gonna return at SummerSlam. I think he's gonna return before SummerSlam. Just to me, it just makes more sense. So, if Roman's coming back, they got to have Seth and Roman probably going up against each other because, you're not going to do a triple threat again with Punk, Roman, and Seth. So one of those two is going to have to wrestle Seth at SummerSlam. Now, SummerSlam is 2 nights now for the first time, so there are some options, but I think they're going to have Roman face Seth at SummerSlam. So if that's the idea, then you're going to have something for CM Punk. Which there aren't that many options, which is also another reason why the draw would make sense. Because if the match ends in a draw, there is this possibility they could do. Now, I don't have a SummerSlam banner for this, so just kind of go with this. But basically, for SummerSlam, which is what I wanted them to possibly do for WrestleMania, but they could do this for SummerSlam. So in this scenario, Cody Rhodes wins the King of the Ring against Randy Orton, and because of that, because both Randy and Cody are on SmackDown, so whoever wins would face John Cena because Cena is the WWE champion, which is a SmackDown World title. So he would go up against Cena. So because of this scenario, it would be Cody versus Cena one-on-one, but then Punk would insert himself into the match because it ended in a draw. And because of this, Punk will argue that, or something like that. Either he argues or, he basically says, I should be in this match, something like that, because I never actually lost to him, to Cody, or to John Cena, and I want a shot. And this leads into a triple threat. So the match gets changed to a triple threat for the Undisputed WWE Championship at SummerSlam Night 2's main event, where Seth and Roman would be the Night 1 main event. most likely at least, unless they have the world title be the main event for night 1. But this would be the night 2 main event, and I think this would work. Personally, I would really just wish they would just fucking do Cody versus Punk, because they've been teasing it for 2 fucking years. 2 years they've been teasing Cody versus Punk now, and we haven't gotten it. It's, babyface program would work just fine, but, they keep fucking us with this. But anyways, so this would be the scenario, and people that say, oh, they can't do that because Cody is the King of the Ring winner. Last time I checked, they've done it for the Royal Rumble winner all the time for WrestleMania, right? They've had the Rumble winner win, and then they've changed it to a triple threat in some type of storyline thing, so they could easily do that for SummerSlam here, and have Punk, Cena, and Cody in the triple threat main event, which would also build tension for Seth Rollins, because then obviously, if Seth is still the Money in the Bank holder, because no, I do not think he's cashing in on the world title, and I do not think he is going to cash it in at Saturday night's main event, like people think he's going to. I think the plan will be for him to do it at SummerSlam. I think the plan will be for him to do it at SummerSlam, and cash in on, whoever wins the match, whether Cody wins the match or not, or if Punk wins the match. It doesn't matter, because Seth will probably cash it in. Probably it would actually make more sense for Punk to win here if they're going to do that. Because a lot of people have speculated that Cena's going to drop the title at SummerSlam. But honestly, the only way I see that happening is if it's in a triple threat, because I don't know what the idea for John is, because John is retiring in December. He's not, I repeat, not wrestling another WrestleMania, because there are still people, I have watched a couple of YouTubers that still believe that, oh, you really think that he isn't going to do one more WrestleMania? You really think that he's not going to do another WrestleMania? Yes, he is not doing another WrestleMania, my dude. Sorry for you to get your hopes up. He is not doing another WrestleMania. December is his last pay-per-view. Or December is his last time he's doing it. He's wrestling. He said it. They're even doing a pay-per-view event in December this year, for John Cena. I think it was called Ruthless Aggression or something like that. I think they're doing a pay-per-view called Ruthless Aggression or some shit like that. But they are doing a pay-per-view event for Cena in December. This is going to be his last year. So yes, I don't know what they will do with John Cena if he loses at SummerSlam. Like for the next couple of months. Honestly, I don't give two shits, because nothing he has been doing has fucking been good. It has been all trash. So just like his trash title reign, and just like his trash bullshit record, because Ric Flair is a 21-time world champion, and I'm going to say it until the end of time to jam it down your goddamn throats, because WWE will never do it for you. I think they're gonna do. This is where you do the 3-way. You insert Punk somehow into the match, which is why this match would end in a draw, because there's no decisive winner. And that's how you get Punk in the SummerSlam match. Now, will WWE do it? I hope. But, this whole fucking year has sucked for WWE's booking, so who the fuck knows? Man, I've been doing better booking so far, or I've been doing better theorizing booking than WWE has done all fucking year. Because they have had LA Knight lose 3 goddamn straight pay-per-views. They rid him off television with a kayfabe fucking injury. I'm sure he's nicked up, but I know he's not really, really injured. That's a kayfabe injury. Um, you know, they're not doing anything with LA Knight. They're trying to push all these other people, but yet LA Knight is the one who gets the best reactions out of all of them. So it's bullshit. I don't want to hear the fucking argument that LA Knight is too old. Okay, he's only 41 years old, and Jey Uso's 39, and yet Jey Uso got the fucking world title. All right, and LA Knight has just as much of a crowd reaction as Jey Uso, and I think has a better reaction because he actually gets the crowd into the matches that he's wrestling, not Jey Uso. Jey Uso, people only care about his fucking entrance. After the entrance is over, nobody's really that invested in Jey Uso compared to LA Knight. LA Knight, he actually got the crowd interested in WrestleMania Night 1. Before that, the crowd was dead. When he versus Jacob Fatu, the crowd was into that match. Okay? That was the first match of Night 1 where people were actually interested in the match. And then after that, nobody cared until the main event, the Punk Triple Threat. Okay? So, nobody cares. Okay? No. So, people say nobody cares. People care. Okay? Jey Uso 39, fucking LA Knight's 41. It's not much of a fucking difference. I think Damian Priest is fucking 41 as well, too. And he's a fucking former world champion, and he wasn't that good of a world champion. Okay? So, I don't want to fucking hear this bullshit anymore. I don't want to hear this bullshit argument that he's fucking too old. Okay? 2 years. There's a 2 fucking year difference. What the fuck makes the difference? Jey Uso's fucking 39, fucking LA Knight's 41. What fucking bullshit is this? Okay? Yeah, and we don't know if LA Knight's going to be back for SummerSlam. He can come back at any time because I think it's a kayfabe injury from him and Bronson Reed. But, 3 straight pay-per-views. Is he going to win at SummerSlam? Who the fuck knows? But getting back to the topic of this video, this is the best scenario I could see them doing and having Roman take on Seth. And then you have Seth either insert himself into the match like he did at WrestleMania 31, like we said earlier for the Night of Champions scenario, or we see him do it after the match is over. Maybe John Cena attacks him out of frustration, and that leads to Seth Rollins cashing in. Regardless, this is one of the scenarios we could do. I think this is the best scenario where you reverse this and you do CM Punk being in the role of John Cena here, and then the match ends in a draw. Obviously, it would be maybe even do a different type of way they could do a draw for a pinfall, but this is the way I think they're gonna do it, and that will set up a 3-way for SummerSlam. So yeah, that's my scenario. I don't really care about the other match. I know Cody's gonna win King of the Ring against Randy. That probably will be a good match, but I'm not really that invested in it. There's not really a build to it. It's just a fucking King of the Ring match. I'm happy for Karrion Kross getting a match because they haven't really done anything with him. They canceled the Intercontinental match just because I don't think Dominic has I don't know if Dominic has a real injury or not, so I'm not going to comment on that. But I think it's a kayfabe injury, a storyline injury, so they could write him off this match, and they'll probably have that match at Saturday night's main event or even at SummerSlam, who knows, with AJ Styles. But that's why they did it, because they needed to give Karrion Kross a match. So I'm happy for Karrion Kross getting a match, but I'm just not really into these I'm not really into the bookings. They keep changing bookings. They keep, you know what I'm saying? Like they keep changing. For everything that we criticized Vince McMahon for, and trust me, there's a lot of things to criticize Vince McMahon for his booking for the past 15 years. But For everything we criticized Vince McMahon for, Triple H has kind of started doing that as well. You know, I mean, yeah, the storytelling is sort of better to a certain extent, at least the first couple of years, but this year his storytelling booking has been all over the place. He's been switching things last second, rebooking things, making changes, releasing people, and then rehiring people. Okay? You know, and just changing plans, which is what we always criticize Vince McMahon for. We criticized him for changing plans at the last second, right? And that's kind of what Triple H is doing. He's overthinking things. And, you know, the stupid Netflix series of, you know, the bookings of WrestleMania and all that stuff, which I hate, by the way. I think that show should be canceled because that's just exposing the business. And no, I don't want to hear this bullshit that the business was already fucking exposed, you idiots. That's not how that works. People knowing that WWE is predetermined has nothing to do with exposing the business. People don't want to fucking know what the booking decisions or what the meetings were of deciding who's gonna face who and who's gonna face this and who's gonna... Nobody wants to fucking know that. Because then it's like, well, why should we fucking care? That's the thing. It's like, why should we care if we know the booking process? That's why I hate that fucking show. Okay? It's like, why should we care? Why should we invest our time if we fucking know what you did or what you decided and what your logic was? Okay? We don't want to know that shit. Okay? We don't want to know that. If anything, that probably makes you worse as a booker. That makes you look worse as a booker by doing that. Okay? So no, we don't want to know that shit. Okay? But yeah, this is what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to end in a draw, and it's going to set up a triple threat at SummerSlam. Still wish it would have been Cody and Punk, but that's what I think is going to happen, unfortunately. Though, if Punk does win, I will go ecstatic, but I know that if Punk does win this match, it's probably going to be just for a few minutes because Seth Rollins is definitely cashing in if Punk wins. If Punk wins at Night of Champions, Seth is cashing in. I am almost 99.9% sure that if Punk wins on Saturday, Seth's cashing in. I just know it. But if not, then it's going to probably end in a draw, and they're going to set up a SummerSlam triple threat for WrestleMania. Not for WrestleMania, for SummerSlam. But yeah, that is my thoughts, and this is what I think is going to happen. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate. If you like this video, my videos, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell for the latest contents. Thank you. That's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace! Also, make sure, besides my YouTube channel, to follow me on the Twitch, the SS Ultimate Goku, Instagram, the SS Ultimate Goku. And I do have a Discord link in the description where we discuss various topics, including this one here. And now I'm out. Peace!